I'm back again, checking in with another vlog pod. Things are going well this week. I'm doing my best. I swear, it seems like I'm getting better with my goals, but it just seems like I keep getting busier and busier as time goes on. But it makes sense, right? Because it's the holiday season and it's always, quite, quite busy in this time. But I'm coming at you with, I guess, reaction. It's a short kind of reaction. I'm just going to be talking. I'm not making like a full reaction with video clips and stuff like that. I think I say that every time, but I'm going to be talking about the new season of £1,000 Best Friends, not £1,000 Sisters. £1,000 Best Friends came out after the Sisters show, and it's a very enjoyable show as well. It has its differences from £1,000 Sisters. They're definitely more raunchy, more out there. I mean, £1,000 Sisters, they can be raunchy too. Don't get me wrong, but they're definitely more out there. They'll say more things and they get away with a lot on that show, okay? I guess I could see that's why they're a little less popular, or maybe it's because it's just new, but I really enjoy it. And I was worried because I didn't think another season was going to be renewed because they said the new season was going to come out around the last season premiere. Because last year, £1,000 Sisters got a renewal, but £1,000 Best Friends never really came out last time. I think it was season 5 for £1,000 Sisters. But anyways, let's move on to the actual episode. So this is £1,000 Best Friends, season 3, episode 1. I get it confused with £1,000 Sisters, so I gotta think about it for a moment. But yeah, so I watched it while I was on the treadmill. I usually do. It's just a good way to pass the time, especially if I'm just doing a walk. Because sometimes if I'm running a lot during the week, I'll get super sore, or I'll pull something, or I'm just tired and not feeling well. And I say, okay, let's at least do a walk. And usually the walk will turn into a jog and a run as I warm up and loosen up. Or if I'm really not feeling well and my muscles hurt, I'll just walk, right? So that's just a good way to do it. Just kind of talk yourself into it if you're not feeling motivated. And that's what I did. So I watched this episode on the treadmill, and oh my God, it was great. I was not expecting what happened to happen, but okay, it starts off with Vanessa, and it reintroduces her in, and wow, she looks great. She looks wonderful. She's lost quite a bit of weight. I think she's close to her goal for getting skin removal approval, because I remember the last time they met with the doctor in the previous season, the doctor said it was around 200 pounds she could get skin removal. She's at 220 now, so I think she's really close, or she's maybe hit her goal. I'm not sure about that. So it, talks to her, and she explains what she's been up to and how good she's looking. And oh my gosh, she named one of her skin rolls. She named it Betsy May. Oh my gosh, sometimes I'm on the treadmill and I start laughing, and really throws me off. This just surprised me. I never in my life thought about naming my excess skin. So that just surprised me. But it's great. It's great. It makes it enjoyable. So she starts talking though about how her friends haven't really been talking to her, and Ashley kind of messaged her just saying she was in a dark place and she's unavailable to hang out. Same with Ashley. Ashley said she was really busy working and she couldn't hang out. And I thought that was kind of weird. And I mean, I remember the last season, it was kind of getting tense between them, but, I kind of didn't think would become this things, right? So Vanessa made the comment that she thinks they're jealous. And that rubbed me the wrong way because what? Jealous? Okay, I understand that. I've lost weight a couple of times, and sometimes I've gotten the feeling especially on social media, where people are kind of mad at me when I post anything about my journey or about my progress. I'll post, on my blog, for instance, create my motivation. I had that in a previous website years ago, and I would post about how I've lost weight and my goal, hitting each of my goals, and it would be like silence, no response, no interaction. But if I posted about gaining weight or something bad happening or not meeting my goals, people would comment. And it's the whole thing where people want to support you and they don't want you to give up, so they comment. But when you win, they kind of ignore you. And I got that kind of feeling with Vanessa in the episode, that not that they were jealous exactly, but maybe they were just feeling down about their own progress and they needed a break from her. And, she is pretty aggressive and she loves to brag. I've noticed that about her. She's got the confidence I want. Okay. I say that 1,000 times. I want to be more confident, but I'm not. But she has this 1,000 confidence level that it's just amazing. So then it goes over to Ashley, and gosh, I cannot remember the names right now. I get them confused because I'm watching the other shows and there's so many names to remember, but it goes to her friends, and oh my God. So she's walking what looks like a stroller. I believe it's Ashley, right? And she's walking a dog stroller. It looks like a dog stroller, but it kind of seems like they're making it like it's a baby. And she's like, we have a new addition to the family. And I'm just thinking, no way. There's no way. There's no way they had a baby. And I don't know about it because I haven't heard about it till today. So then it does the big reveal. She's got this giant cat, Mr. Fritz, in her stroller. And that shocked me. Right. Just showing Mr. Fritz shocked me. They go in her house. She's got 9 cats. Like 9 cats? Oh my gosh, it shocked me. I was just like, where do they go to the bathroom? 9? Like one cat is hard. Can you imagine 9 cats? That's so many. It makes me laugh just thinking about it because it's shocking, very shocking. So we skip forward and they do talk about how they are avoiding Vanessa, and the reason's pretty obvious. She's become this drill sergeant. She's become this, I don't know, not a monster, but she's just super aggressive, and she's telling them what to eat and trying to give them advice, but it's coming off as ordering them around, I guess, or judging. Feels like she's judging them. So her friends just stay away from her in this case. And they decide to go to this supportive group for the doctor that they had their surgery with. He hosts a support group for patients of his, current patients, new patients that haven't gotten the surgery yet, older patients that have progress like Vanessa, and they have the support group. But, I still was a little suspicious because why are they suddenly deciding to go and she's going to be there? They said they haven't seen her till this time. They're trying to avoid her, but all of a sudden they're going to meet up with her. I have a feeling the show wanted some content, or they were starting to film up again and they said, well, you have to meet up because the show is starting and we got to film, right? Something like that. I don't know, but I'm not going to think too much of it. So they go to the supporter group. They end up sitting close to each other and it goes well. They introduce some new characters, I guess, or just people in the support group that are joining, and they all introduce themselves. They have another Tina, which there was a Tina in previous seasons, but she just up and disappeared. I kind of read a little bit about it, that there was problems with her with the surgery. She doesn't want to have weight loss surgery. And I guess the whole show is so focused around weight loss surgery that they don't want her to be involved. Which, that's such a bummer because they could easily have her included in the show and just kind of lose weight on her own, right? I'm going to continue with this in a moment. I have to finish something and I'll do a part 2. Or I'll continue it in a little bit and be right back. Thanks. Okay, I am back. It's been a bit because I needed to double check and do some errands and stuff, but I did want to clarify again. I got the names confused in the show. There's Megan is I got her confused with Ashley. Ashley is the other friend, but there's Vanessa and Megan. They were the ones from Too Large, 4. And then there was Tina and Ashley that joined for 1,000 Pounds Best Friends, right? So sorry I got that confused. I've been watching so many shows, trying to get, motivated and things like that, that I got confused. So anyways, I'm going to finish up the episode. They all went to a support group meeting and met up with the doctor, and they introduced a couple of new characters. I'm still learning the new characters' names, so sorry about that as well. Talked about they got a new Tina character. So I guess the other Tina from last season just flat out does not want to do surgery. And I totally respect and understand that decision. Surgery is really scary for me. And the thought of, going through that kind of life-altering surgery, I don't know if I could go through with it either. Because this surgery is not just a temporary thing. It's for life, right? For the rest of your life, you're going to have a different way of eating. Your stomach's going to be smaller. I mean, of course, unless you stretch it out, which some people do, right? But that's just crazy. I guess they want people to be sure getting the weight loss surgery to be on the show. I really don't understand it. I really think they could have had her featured as someone who loses weight on their own, and they could kind of share the differences with her friends, and they could have made it really cool. And that's just a bummer that they cut her out of the show. And it felt kind of malicious that they put another girl with the same name, Tina, in the support group. I don't know if she's going to be like an actual character on the show. I get to see in the next episodes what happens. But that's just kind of feels like a dig, a little bit of a dig in a way, right? So they go through the support group. They introduce everyone. There's this guy there, and sorry, I do not remember his name right now. I will try to memorize it eventually, but he's great. I think he has a pretty good personality. He's nice and everything, and it was kind of funny that he went to this support group with mainly women, and he starts talking about how he's single and he wants to lose weight to meet the one. And it was interesting. I feel like he's there to get a date, right? But we'll see. He seems great. He seems nice, and I really feel for him when he talks about the struggles he's going through, and all of them mainly. And that's the great thing about a support group. The doctor really hit it on the head. He talked about how what was the percentage? I don't know. But he said that you have way more success with a support group than doing it alone. And that's just so true. It really is true. So anyway, the episode continues and the support group ends. And then, oh, by the way, I skipped the drama. They mention in the support group, Ashley and Megan talk about how Megan has cats now. And they're asking, well, do they smell? And she's like, no, my house smells great. Just ask Ashley. She mentions this in front of Vanessa. And Ashley's like, yeah, I've been to her house. It smells okay. It's nice. And Vanessa just shuts down. She's just really upset. And, if I were Vanessa, I would have been upset too, because it basically means they're hanging out without you, right? They're shunning you out. And it's very sad. And, I like I've said before, I like to see both sides of the story. And they're both right and a little bit wrong at the same time. I mean, you shouldn't just shut someone out. Like, at least let them know why you're doing it instead of kind of making excuses. Like, Megan told Vanessa that she was in a dark place. Like, for me, that would worry me a lot. If a friend of mine told me that, like, they're in a dark place, I'd be scared for them, right? And I care about my friend. I want to make sure they're okay. But instead of telling Vanessa that everything's fine, she just needs space from her or some kind of form of the truth, she says she's in a dark place and worries Vanessa. And then Vanessa later on, she comes to find out they're hanging out behind her back. Everything's fine. There were no problems. They're just shunning her out, basically. So that's kind of sucky. But, in the other side, Vanessa is very aggressive, and she can be, like they said, fitness coach, kind of boot camp kind of person, and judgmental. They eat even one thing that's not on the diet or against code, right? She's just on them, I guess. But, I wasn't there. It's just based off of what they're saying. So I see both sides. So Vanessa gets mad and she's making comments in the support group in front of everyone. Just little comments that you can't really tell they're directed at them, but being them, they know those comments are directed at them. Right? She's talking about how it's so hard. I relate. It's so hard to be on a weight loss journey and have no support and lose friends over it for no reason. She just says all of this. Oh my gosh, it's like you could feel the tension there between them when she said that. So at the end of the episode, Vanessa approaches them, and I guess they're going to leave, but she approaches them and she asks them if they can meet up somewhere and just talk it out, because she misses her friends and she wants to resolve this. And I admire that about her. She wants to get to the point and communicate, whereas they just kind of want to put it under the rug and forget everything, right? But, it's that confidence, but also it can go too far and be aggressive, which does happen when they meet up. They meet up at this restaurant. They decide to go outside so no one overhears them. They're sitting on this weird outdoor patio thing. And she gets right to the point. Vanessa just jumps right to the point. She's like, what is going on? Why are you guys avoiding me? Why are you guys shunning me? Are we not friends? Are we friends? I want to know. Right to the point. Cuts right down to it. And, they do kind of try to explain what's going on. And this is where Vanessa gets kind of too much, I think. She doesn't let them talk really. And she kind of just talks over them and yells over them. And she starts like screaming at them, I know she's hurt, but this is not, if you want to resolve a conflict, I don't believe in screaming and yelling, really. I mean, if they're not listening, maybe talk a little louder. I don't know. And you just got to try to get your point across. If they're not listening, you just have to walk away and wait till they do listen, right? So, and she kind of didn't give them a chance to give their side of the story fully. She would just let them talk a little bit and just jump in. And that's something I've seen with especially more confident people, not so much confident, but aggressive, is that they want their sides heard the most, and they'll jump in before you can even finish a sentence, right? So that part I didn't like. In that case, Megan and Ashley were in the right, and I kind of felt bad for them. And it was just crazy how she went from 0 to 100. It's kind of like Amanda in 1,000-Pound Sisters. Amanda's a very confident person, and she doesn't let anyone walk over her. And, she's like used to being large and in charge, right? It's the same exact thing. But Tammy and Amy try to give their side of the story in that other episode that I was talking about. Amanda kind of just I don't know if she gets upset or feels attacked, which I think is what's happening with Vanessa, but they just kind of lose it. They feel like they're being attacked and they have to, defend themselves. So they jump in and they don't wait for them to finish their side of the story. So, yeah, I'm going to try to wrap this up here because this is getting too long, but that's basically what happened, is that they tried to explain themselves. Vanessa felt attacked, jumped in, and she kind of started screaming, and whole body language got into it. And I don't know, it felt a little threatening, like she might attack them or something physically, So at the end, nothing got resolved. It just was worse than ever. And Vanessa storms off. They say they can't hang out anymore, and she storms off and the episode ends. So I really hope that they do eventually patch things up, because I really do think Vanessa genuinely cares about them, but they both need to work on their communicating, especially Vanessa. But, Megan and Ashley need to work on their communication too, as far as, when they're texting, they could have maybe said a little bit more because, like I said, saying they're in the dark place or they're too busy, it's kind of not enough. But I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next episode. And I'm going to head out to do more errands because that's what I do. Be positive. Have a good day. Chase your goals. Go for it. And talk to you later.